taxonomy. So if you constrict the amount of content that you have on it, it's easier to manage what's on it. Like one of the reasons that crazy things happen on Amazon is because the structure and everything is based on product data. And when you base things on product data, if you don't have the right product data in place or you have something wrong, stuff starts showing up at the wrong place, has the wrong, it'll have the wrong description, but mostly it's the way that the site is organized. So
yeah, and even like a misplaced symbol can do that.
Or it can just break anything. So less content is all around better for managing the site.
Kind of how when I go to the library, I'm very likely to find any given manga series broken up between the kids, young adults, and adults comic sections.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Also, can we say how glad we are that Pulse didn't turn out to be a Pinterest type thing like we were kind of afraid it would be?
Yeah?
Yeah, I was afraid it was going to be just links to, like, other websites.
I was
like
certain.
Walmart.
I was convinced that's what it was going to be.
Yeah, I was right there with you. I was like, yeah, it kind of sounds like what they do, but nope, we're good.
Yeah, I mean, it was very confusing when they were saying what they were going to do.
I thought they would just be relaunching Hasbro Toy Shop with a new storefront system to replace the one everybody ended up hating after their last upgrade. I didn't think they were going to end up consolidating Hasbro Toy Shop with Hasbro Pulse.
Well, you weren't wrong, actually, because, I mean, that's pretty much what we got. I mean,
I'm just saying, like, they instead of just redesigning one specific part of their online presence or whatever you want to call it, they combined two things that they were not really doing very much with either separately.
By the way, I'm really pleased with this week's YouTube thumbnail.
Oh yeah, that actually mapped really well.
Hey, Ben from the Transformers team was actually nice enough to email me. So if we ever have anything like that we say on the show that we think the brand team should take a look at, we can email them.
Cool. Interesting.
Oh, neat.
So that was really cool of them
to do that. That sounds dangerous.
Yeah, I was about to say that's not something I think we should ever abuse, but
it was
really,
that's probably
really
not
nice
something
of
we
him
ever
to
should
do.
have mentioned on an open stream either.
Oh well.
So hashtag Seacons before Unicron then.
No. I was about to say, that's going to run afoul of the fact that Diecast is the one that has the email address.
Yeah.
So every time we mention Unicron, I'm going to have to shoot him.
Yeah, it was. Well, it was nice having a semi-working relationship with Hasbro. Hey,
also I added something to the show
me?
notes. Whoever did them, just to
Diecast.
Make sure that's okay.
What?
I added something to the show notes down at the bottom just to let someone know, just to make sure it's okay.
The great thing right now about little to no news is that if I get here late and Chris wasn't able to do show notes, I can do them in 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's about how long it took me. Yeah, just like any given Wednesday now, when I go in the afternoon to look at the show notes, I figure, like, okay, maybe Brian did these already because, work from home. He probably could rub 5 minutes together.
I think I have once or twice starting. Sorry, I'm chewing. I'm starting to get my arms around my new job, so I should be able to do some more stuff like that.
I mean, don't take that as like a complaint or anything.
No. I mean, I want to.
How's Kim feel about you putting your arms around something else?
As long as it's inanimate, she's fine.
Well, that still leaves you a lot of flexibility in what you can put your arms around.
Yeah.
There was an RC pillow a few years ago.
I will say this. I don't get it. So there's a friend from work. She's a toucher. Whenever Kim sees her, she shoots her like the evil daggers. She wants to kill her. But the friend's like a hugger. So, like, she hugged me once, like, 10 years ago. And then, like, once again at a funeral 2 years ago that we both happened to be at. And Kim hates her guts.
I feel like hugging at a funeral is okay.
Oh, she didn't.
I can forgive that.
I don't understand what's happening. I would have put going on, but I didn't think to. I really don't get that shoe or the Transformer.
I don't get the shoe either. It's an ugly piece of crap.
I kind of like the colors on
too. So if I'm saying it's ugly, it's got to mean something.
Well, I mentioned this in the chat when I first logged in. That remember a lot of these companies will come to Takara and say, "Hey, will you make this?" It's not Takara going out and soliciting, small batch run things.
I don't know about that, Don. If LeBron James was going to reach out, he would have reached out to Hasbro. He wouldn't have reached out to Takara.
Well, yeah, it's not LeBron James in any meaningful capacity. It's Atmos. They're the ones who are arranging this deal with Takara in whichever direction it's going, because this is all going through Atmos' retail space.
It is okay. So there's
what is Atmos?
I don't know.
It's a high-end retailer that, as far as my research has gone, basically does shoes.
Are they
high-end Nikes?
And they're in Japan?
I think they also have a location in New York, but for the purposes of this discussion, yes, they're in Japan.
It still seems like they would have gone to Hasbro.
Well, plus the MP10 mold.
Primarily.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just a bathing ape thing again.
Rob, your audio is low. What was that?
It'll be louder once we start the show. But I said it depends on where their headquarters is.
Right.
I think they are a Japanese company, but I'm pretty sure I found a location they have in New York.
But the MP10 mold is they could have said, "Hey, we want a Transformer toy. What have you got?" And
we got
it's like
Bumblebees.
Yeah, but I mean, the MP10 mold is pretty much probably paid for itself several times.
You gotta believe.
Yeah, so I mean, basically, if they can make a production run that's going to be enough to clear the cost of the production run, the mold is covered. So everything else is gravy for them. So it's like, here's a list of 5 things, and the one on top is really good because we've already paid for it. So,
too bad 44 will never be that way.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm sure they'll make their tooling costs back on the first run of it.
Yeah, we'll be getting weird colored issues of that for the next 7 years.
No, it would be too. Unless they seriously drop the price.
Well, every subsequent run could get cheaper, theoretically.
Well, and, things like the, shoe convoys here, they're not coming with a trailer or anything. So if they take the trailer off of MP44, that would go down to $250 or less.
I am so glad Grunson and Paladin got the Atmos joke that I was thinking about doing but chose not to. So that's good.
So they got the joke you didn't make.
Yeah, or at least a reference anyway.
I was thinking Dolby Atmos.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
I was thinking of the Doctor Who episode.
I was thinking of the Final Fantasy VI villain. Pretty sure that's what the second Atmo weapon fight was called. Or was Atmos in one of the other ones? Doesn't matter.
Wait, was that the name of the ship in Voltron too? Jason would know this. Jason, what was the name of the ship in Voltron? Is that the Atmos?
I think that was Alluring Keith, I think was the ship name in that one.
No, there's many ships in that regard.
the new Netflix Voltron.
The Castle of Lions was the ship.
It was the ship at the end that combined with Voltron.
Thanks for spoiling a major plot point I wasn't aware of yet.
You didn't watch it yet?
No.
It's been out for 2 months.
Yup.
Yeah, not all of us can watch everything we want when we want to, Doc.
Yeah, but to be fair, Diecast, the chat is yelling Atlas at you.
You're right. Atlas is right.
I will say, though, as far as being spoiled goes, spoiling that something combines with something else about a show about a giant combining thing, I'm kind of okay with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm glad you told me you didn't see before I kept going on.
I've never stopped you before.
You were just like big into Voltron. I figured you would have watched it right away. I mean, and there's not that many episodes for the last season.
Other than Discovery, I'm like not current on anything right now.
I'm actually watching Discovery.
That's the only show I'm watching. Current on one thing.
Yeah.
I had one job.
Yeah, to watch Discovery.
To watch Voltron.
The one thing I'm caught up on is Miraculous Ladybug. That's it.
What the hell is that?
Good for you, Don.
But I am happy to get Soul Chigokin Daruger 15, or Vehicle Voltron. I'll be looking forward to getting that. Although that will make my Miracle Productions Voltron a little unnecessary.
Don, you have so many things that are unnecessary.
You
both spoke almost at the same time.
Yeah,
the same things.
Don, you have so many things that are unnecessary.
Oh. And I said Voltrons are never unnecessary, unless it's Vehicle Voltron.
No, that's the most necessary one, actually, in my opinion.
Which is getting a Soul of Chigokin. So
yes,
I would buy that one.
I would buy it.
Well, you're going to have the option because it's a thing that's happening.
You know, I always give Don crap about Vehicle Voltron, but I think it's my favorite one too, to be honest.
Well, I think it's just a more dynamic transformation and just a more dynamic looking. I mean, but again, it's also just an oversaturation of Line Force through the years. I don't dislike Line Force. It's just I'm tired of it. But so all I need now is Soul Chigokin Tryon 3. And I would like to see a Soul Chigokin big guy. I think, if they do giant mecha, and they've done like Gypsy Danger from
did they do Gypsy
Pacific
Danger?
Rim? Yeah,
they did.
They did. Yeah, I think a Soul Chigokin big guy would be really a really great looking piece.
Well, I think it and Tryon 3 are equally likely. Instead. Pretty much.
Which means they're not Rob, probably.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I meant.
Yeah.
John says add him.
Oh, okay.
I love the ridiculous new gimmick on the Master Grade Gundam Alex.
The face armor?
No, there's face armor now? No, I missed that. The shield. Did you see the shield?
Oh yeah, that's really stupid.
Yeah, it is. I love it.
So apparently they adapted from one of the SD kits a mask for the Alex.
Okay. I will have to see that.
That Gypsy Danger looks nice.
I think Paladin had one for sale. I think he was
not buying it, but it looks nice.
Oh.
Yeah, there's a big difference between saying, wow, that Maserati looks nice, and I'm buying a Maserati. Those are not the same thing.
It's a diecast.
That's what I was going to do. Huh?
Yeah.
What?
Diecast. Tony B in the chat says, thanks for your Wajang Omega Supreme. He's going to pick that up over Siege Omega.
Oh. Really? I would probably pick up Siege over that. But
no, I like the way the Wajang looks. It's just I think I like between the two that isn't the fans' toys. I think I liked Gabriel a little bit better.
Yeah, I like
Gabriel is I think the best overall, which I'm
shocked by.
Surprised to say.
Yeah,
fans' toys person. I'm looking at both of them now, and I'm like,
yeah. I keep hoping they'll eventually release that Blue Guardian version they teased last year sometime.
How long is Go ahead.
I was going to say they teased that before their Omega was even out, so it was a long time ago that they teased that.
Yeah, because Gabriel was delayed at least a month or two, I think, and based on the original target dates versus when it came out.
Is somebody polishing like their microphone?
Don.
No, I don't think it's
I'm sitting here, sitting still. I'm not doing anything. I'm breathing.
It sounds like somebody was rubbing their microphone. Hey, yeah. So what reminded me? So TF Source sent out an email this week, and BBTS may have as well. I just didn't see it. With a pre-order for that Make Toys Defensor set. How long has that been out? Like 3 years?
At least 2.
It's another run of it. Is it any good?
Yeah, it's probably the best Defensor out right now because we don't have many Defensors.
I mean, I love Defensor. I'd like to have a night, I like the Combiner Wars Defensor okay, but,
Yeah.
I'm getting in on the upscaled knockoffs of that.
Right?
Oh, cool. What, Jason?
Generation Toy hasn't finished their Defensor yet, right?
I don't think so. I think the
because I know Streetwise was out,
and the Katana,
and the Chopper. That's the only two I've got so far. That one.
But I remember, Brian, they're around for the Black Friday, New Year's sales through that time period. A lot of people had that Make Toys Defensor fairly cheap. And also I think that BB7 Yes model is doing a KO because I've got some of their stuff and they're very good quality figures. They're doing a KO of that, so you might find that Defensor.
It's relatively, it's less expensive, higher quality.
I think about $20 to $30 per figure cheaper, and I've got all the BB7 Yes cone heads, and the quality's better than Takara's, but of course, as Matt knows, those Takara quality cone heads are crap.
I've got them too. I know they're crap.
It wasn't a quality issue; it was a design issue.
The only one that's not out yet is Hotspot. I have the other four.
Yeah, but the BB7 Yes model Seekers are solid as all get out. I can't recommend them enough.
Don, you're not supposed to recommend knockoffs.
Well, if Takara was going to charge that much money for the cone heads and give us that kind of quality, and I can spend 50 to 75 less and get a better quality figure that looks as good, I'm sorry, I'm going to put my money where the quality is. I mean, Wajane has done some really great stuff with their both original and their upscale revamps. So, I mean,
That Chicokin Voltron isn't available for pre-order yet, is it?
I haven't seen it.
I don't think so.
Yet.
I thought you already had that.
The vehicle Voltron.
The vehicle.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, they are reissuing the line for
Yeah, that's what I...
Yeah.
You said Voltron, so I automatically thought of the real one.
I think the pre-orders for the Go Lion one are starting this week.
Oh no, I have that. I got in on that, so I have that already. And then there's also a company overseas that was doing knockoffs of them, Fantasy Jewel, and I have all of them except Black Lion. That's the only one that didn't release yet.
Because I'll be honest, I've got the Trendmasters diecast Volt, the diecast one they came out with. That's fine for me. I mean, really, it's a solid figure.
I have whichever one JD had.
You should see this SOC. It is awesome. That's why I'm buying the knockoff, so I can have one in Voltron mode and one in Lion mode.
Yeah, I'm so done with Lion Force. I just don't care. I mean, even the Lego one looks great, and I don't care. It's just... Hey, John, how did the Lego Voltron turn out?
He loves it.
Yeah, it's awesome. Love it. Super fun.
$180.
It's super fun because it's Lego. You get to build it. It's a great way to spend a couple weekends. For sure. Fully functional. You know what I mean? 5 lions. It turns into a statue, but no complaints there. The lions are fun if you want to bust them up.
It's a statue with moving arms.
Yeah. I like it. I love it.
Basically it's a staction, to use the phrase they coined a couple of years ago.
Did you see the Flintstones set? They did a Flintstones Lego set. That's kind of fun.
Oh yeah,
nice. Yeah. You know, can you imagine that, like, if that took off and they actually did a Hanna-Barbera line, just the sheer amount of Johnny Quest stuff they could do, just from Johnny Quest alone.
I want Lego Captain Caveman.
Yeah.
Oh gosh,
yeah. Jabberjaw.
I want
Lego Jabberjaw.
I want Lego Herculoids. Oh my god, that could be awesome.
I thought you were going to say Lego Rock Lords.
No, well,
it's easy.
Yeah. No, but I mean, the Herculoids and Space Ghost would be the two properties I would love to see them tackle.
They do vehicles really nice. I'd like to see like a Lego Mach 5.
What was that? That sounded like that.
I don't think I still have it, but I have a Lego. But I had a Lego Mach 5. They did one for the Speed Racer movie.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I knocked over my Iron Man. Sorry.
Nice.
Yeah, I think I sold that a while back. My only complaint about it is they used stickers for some of the logos on it.
Yeah, that was one of the early kits where they did the cross-part stickers.
Yeah, so it joined a couple of bricks together forever. I did not dig that.
So, Rob, what did you think of Speed Racer?
The movie?
Yeah.
I have actually not watched the whole thing yet. I have it on Blu-ray. I found it somewhere, and I have not watched the whole thing.
I want it on 4K Blu-ray.
I have met so many people who love that movie.
It's their best movie that they made.
I've never seen it.
I couldn't sit through it.
I loved it.
Yeah, I enjoyed it, but even as someone who doesn't have a problem with like motion sickness and things such as that,
God, it was amazing.
Some of those racing scenes were like, I'm getting dizzy following what the hell is going on because I couldn't. All the colors and stuff was so distracting. I couldn't track what was going on in the movie because it was like living inside a box of Skittles.
I am checking right now. I need that on Blu-ray.
Speed Racer on Blu-ray is $8.48 on Amazon.
Heck yeah! And the complete series of the Speed Racer cartoons, $18.
Yeah,
I'm buying both.
I can't take that
on Blu-ray or
Blu-ray.
So that's the movie you're saying is good?
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna get it. It's worth it for that.
Wow, we haven't started the show yet, and everyone's already spending money.
I cannot take that much Speed Racer. If the Space Battleship, it was Star Blazers.
You don't have to watch it all at once, Don.
No, I'm just saying. I'm just saying any of the Speed Racer cartoon is too much for me. Now I can watch Star Blazers till it comes out of my ears, and I don't mind.
And the last time I saw that was a lot more.
I'll have them Friday.
I'll have them tomorrow.
Yeah, Paladin raised a good point. It's worth it to watch John Goodman just beat the crap out of the ninjas.
That's so
yes,
great.
that's a scene I have seen.
Oh, Tomy has a Mach 1. It says by Tomy.
There was a couple of high quality partial diecast figures from the movie that had some gimmick and functionality. That was pretty nice.
So what does John's chair say? Vertigear.
Vertigear. I thought it said Vantage for a second. I thought Vantage is still
a thing. Is that like a gaming chair?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, what else are you going to sit in while you play Street Fighter 5?
My office chair.
Oh, no, John's moved on to Anthem by now, I'm sure, because it's such a good game from what I've heard.
Not on console, though.
So, did I tell you about my dilemma with buying an office chair?
No.
I think we discussed it.
I think you did, yeah.
Yeah, so, you go to Sam's Club or somewhere to buy an office chair, and they look super comfortable. And, the most expensive ones they have are, $200, maybe $250. Yeah. You get, one that you wear, you might have in a big office. They're pretty comfortable, but they're not as comfortable. And you look up the price on them, and they're $1,000. But the difference is that office chair you have in the office, it's pretty comfortable, will last 20 years. And the Sam's Club one that is really comfortable will last 3 years, maybe 5. So I went and bought a used whatever chair like I had in my office 20 years ago. It's actually 20 years old. And it's pretty phenomenal. Paid $70 for it.
I think the one I have at my desk downstairs is probably some kind of executive office chair because it's, to be honest, it's leather. The upholstery was busted, but it's practically bulletproof. It's the best chair I think I've ever owned.
Yeah, it's a Herman Miller chair is what I have.
Yeah, my chair came from Hardee's.
Your drink came from Hardee's. Did your chair come from your
Yeah, because one of the local Hardee's was remodeling a couple years ago, and they had one old chair left. And they said, "You want a chair?" I said, "Huh?" He said, "Yeah, well, we're remodeling, and these are our old chairs." They said, "You want a chair?" I said, "Sure."
It's like a chair from the dining room, or from
Yeah.
That is amazing.
Yeah, the ones with the iron back, the metal backs, and the real thick padding.
Oh, I know.
So yours is probably literally bulletproof.
Those are the chairs that that the Wilkesboro Hardy still has.
Yeah, it's ones that has got those really thick padded seats. I just wish it kind of had arms, because sometimes I've fallen asleep in this chair and about fell out on top of Massey.
Oop.
Did you see I found an Optimus Prime Lego that looks like he's pulling a shuttle?
I saw that too. It's one of the creator sets. It's
yeah.
That's one of them's like a trailer or a camper. It's a nice set.
I went to Shark.
Yeah, I saw that set today. It was really nice. I almost picked it up.
Oh, there's a shark too. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, my son would love that one.
Now Transformers can literally jump the shark.
Or Lego, at least.
So Lego's really going after Transformers. They got a Skybite. They got an Optimus Prime pulling a shuttle. They got a...
Well, I mean, so this is like the toy version of the anthropic principle. Just because something mimics, something else, and you have a Transformer that turns into it. When Transformers are robots in disguise, you can't really blame Lego for making a shark. I know, obviously, you're not making that thing, but some people would actually take that seriously, what you said.
I mean, if it was Harmony Gold,
yeah,
they would blame Lego for...
I just joke.
I'm sure if Lego tried to do, an F-14 kit in vaguely Robotech-y colors, the Harmony Gold would be after them too.
No doubt.
It would be differenter enough. That's what my 7-year-old said today. Differenter.
Man, a high detail F-14 Lego kit would be so great.
That'd be cool.
Okay. Beverage up. Bathroom break. It's like 2 minutes still.
I'm good. And the chat's calming back down, so that's nice.
What happened in the chat?
Just a little argument between two of our chat members, but I think they've settled down.
Good.
Good.
So I was gonna say the only thing I can drink is water and sugar-free Powerade.
Are you on the keto diet?
Life.
Yeah, I've been for a little over 2 weeks now, and I've lost 8 pounds.
Yeah.
There are probably, I don't know how you do with like artificial sweeteners, but there's probably some like flavored sparkling waters and things that will work for you.
I'm looking at the chat. So Tony B says, Toy Fair 2019, John Warden shows off Omega Supreme and Jetfire. Check it out. Well, Diecast, you were there. So you like touched and saw this thing. How big is Omega Supreme?
I think, I mean, I could be wrong, but I'm looking at my Devastator on the shelf. And I want to say he's a little bit bigger than Devastator.
No. Than Devastator?
A little bit.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
But so Brian, you'll appreciate... Oh, go ahead.
It wasn't like we were playing with it. I mean, it was posed on the thing. Its knees were bent. It's hard to tell.
You'll appreciate this, Brian, since, there's a 2-year-old in your house right now. I sent a link to the shark thing to Melissa. Her reply was, baby shark, do, nice. And I stuck in my head. Yeah. she might be a terrible person. I don't know.
Well, okay. Is it worse than the DuckTales thing?
Yes. Don, if you don't make an enemy, because if they ever do that to you...
it's super catchy. And there's a generation of kids around the world who they'll remember that for the rest of their lives.
Uh-huh.
It's really interesting. Okay. It's about 8:30. Go ahead and start the recording.
Okay. Just placed my order.
Yeah, you didn't. They had 11 in stock, so there was no danger. But
yeah, no. I also got the original series.
I don't even really like the original series that much, but $18. I mean, it's something for the kids to watch.
Sean Hamilton asks, "Is Omega Supreme taller than Brian?"
A little.
Yeah, no. So on the subject of Omega Supreme's height, I was talking about this before, and I think during the Toy Fair stream. There was that one picture of Omega on the display table, and there was the Cybertron Optimus, the Galaxy Siege Prime, which looked like it was coming up to about Omega Supreme's knee, and using that as a reference point, yeah, it looks like Omega probably is a little bit taller than Devastator overall.
Well, that
I wouldn't
works.
be surprised though if their head heights are probably about the same.
I'm as big as that $5,000 Gundam statue.
$5,000 Gundam statue.
It was like 6 feet
Oh,
tall.
I remember the one.
I'm like
you're talking about.
I'm like 5'10" and a half, 5'11", so it's close enough.
I mean, it doesn't matter really because the biggest one that's going to be announced is going to be
Yeah, no, it's not. Okay, let's
Unicron.
Yeah, no. No.
He's coming. I promise.
We'll
You know how long it takes to get from the other side of the universe to here?
I know, right? And if the universe is like an infinite universe, which is possible, it'll literally take forever.
Do you think the universe could be infinite?
Yeah.
So?
Well, it depends how you define infinite and how you define the universe.
So if he's not talking about like he's talking about like an actual infinite flat universe where the universe and mass and matter go on forever. It's a possibility. I don't really think of it that way, but you know, that's
hard to.
Our brains don't work that way at that scale.
Oh, yeah.
So is it literally possible that the universe is infinite and goes on forever with like planets and galaxies and stuff going forever? Is it possible? Yeah. Is it likely? I would say no.
Yeah, I mean, again, it depends how you contextualize what constitutes the universe, I guess. You know, in that space is literally just an emptiness and, you know, largely devoid of anything. Yes, that could go on theoretically forever because it's literally nothing. The matter would probably run out at some point if you could go far enough.
But are we saying, is there like a source wall?
No.
Theoretically out there somewhere, you know, like the end of the universe. Stop. You've seen the end. This is the end of the universe. Stop and go back.
There's no gap.
You know, the other option. I'll let you go in a second. Right. The other option is that you would go so far and then you would just like bump up into the glass of the fishbowl.
Yes, that's exactly what I was thinking because it would probably be round like the Earth or like a planet. So you would just
it could be a big rectangle like a little aquarium.
But there's no energy barrier at the edge of the galaxy.
35-gallon universe.
Darn, I wanted to get psychic powers.
Oh, that's just what we need, Don.
Yeah. Okay, let me start your recording again. Bump, 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 bump. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Go ahead. What?
No. Sorry, Brian. Go ahead.
Don, don't make me mute you.
No, I didn't mean to do that. I'm sorry.
This is Radio Free Cybertron, episode 611, and here's Brian Kilby.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? It's we had to get this show started somehow. Don, do you have anything to share?
Never mind. It's fine.
No, Don, if you have something to share with the rest of the class, by all means. I hope you brought enough for everybody.
He's still contemplating the universe.
No, I was just going to say, when I go through the barrier at the end of the universe, and I get awesome psychic powers, my first thing is everybody gets free pudding.
This is why this is why you need to be here for pre-show, everybody. tfradio.net/live. Every Wednesday, we start streaming about 8 o'clock. It's totally worth it for things like that.
You know, more than anything else, this conversation just makes me miss JD because this is so similar to me and Brian and JD sitting in JD's living room at 2 a.m. after we rolled into Oklahoma City on the way to BotCon 2012 discussing casually quantum physics.
Yeah.
What route did you take to get there?
Three of us so qualified.
Yeah, we're not. I can't. Quantum field theory blows my mind. So.
Oh, I'm not saying it's not amazing. It's just like, what the hell are we doing talking about it?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, I miss JD.
So that was Chris. We had Don. Jason, how's it going?
Good.
Okay, Baby Shark. I can't actually sing it because I think we'll get kicked off YouTube, but
Quite possibly.
Pink Fong is, I don't know that they're litigious, but I wouldn't be surprised. John?
There's a lot of versions of it out there, so I don't know. They might not be.
Did Baby Shark make it to your house?
Oh, mine?
Yeah.
I didn't know who you were asking. There's a couple of dads on here in the crosshairs. No. Thankfully, no.
Jamie didn't bring
play
it
at her school. They play it at my kid's daycare, but it is not coming into this house. No, sir.
But I mean, I figured it was like for at least like research purposes that your wife might have, studied it or something.
Oh, heck if I know, because I don't know. I don't know because it's it in and of itself is a childhood trauma. Is that why?
That's my thought. That's my thought.
Hey, random plug for a podcast that did a really good breakdown on Baby Shark. You can look up Decoder Ring. Just search for it where you listen to TF Radio. They did a really good history of Baby Shark.
Nice. Huh. That's cool. Matt, I doubt you listened to Baby Shark.
No, I have not.
This was the big thing last year, so we're a little late. The Diecast, what about you?
No. No.
Rob, same for you.
Nope, never heard it.
Okay, you were blessed. Hashtag blessed.
I don't even think I was aware of it before tonight.
God.
I was aware of it, but I have avoided it. So luckily none of my nieces or nephews are that young anymore, so.
I'm nearly 40 and I still actually really liked it, to be honest, so.
Yeah. There's worse. The first 30 times, the first 30,000 times. After that, it gets a little.
So I was already used to like kids wanting to see things over and over again. When I was with my niece, she's in her 20s now, but when she was young, it was Barney. But I have to say, and this is mostly for Don. Don probably won't like this. So my 2-year-old was watching Boss Baby nonstop. Now that it's on Netflix, she's moved to The Incredibles 2, which again is the highly superior Incredibles movie. So I actually enjoy watching it over and over again, but I haven't gotten tired of watching The Incredibles 2 yet, and I've probably literally watched it 30 times in the last month.
I've never seen that one.
I like it a lot.
I liked Incredibles 2 a lot, but I don't think it was quite as tight of a story as the first one.
No.
I never felt like Incredibles needed a sequel.
I didn't like the first one, so I was forced to watch this one.
I think I would have liked it better if they had not picked up directly at the end of that and gave us a time jump, say 10, maybe 5 years in the future or something. Because with Violet, Dash, and Jack being older, they had a Teen Titans kind of set up, built right into the kids getting a little older.
But fortunately, they didn't.
I just again. I loved it.
Well,
it's just,
you go ahead and start petitioning for an Incredibles 3 right now, Don.
I'll be dead by the time that happens.
Yeah, probably.
Well, given how long it took them to make Incredibles 2, you're probably right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll be retired by that point, Don. God, it's hard to believe, but it's true. Hey, let's see what we got going on. You'll see, like, I usually plug the RFC Daily, but I haven't done one since Toy Fair. And,
I wonder why that is, Brian.
Well, when we go through the news today, you'll understand why. So,
look forward to it.
Looking forward to it. I did post a little later than normal, but I did post the audio for the Toy Fair live stream. So if you're listening to the podcast version of this, look either, I guess, one up from this or one down from this, depending on how you have it sorted. And you'll see the live stream if you want to listen to it. It's 4 hours of total fun. Mostly fun. It's 4 hours of mostly fun. And,
it's always fun.
It's always fun.
I mean, it could have easily been like 5 hours of fun. You just decided to end early.
Well, I didn't want to have to break up the Facebook stream. And there was nothing left to talk about.
Yeah. No, we were done.
Yeah.
We barely even talked about the bots by the time you decided, okay, we're done.
It's not the first time we'd wrapped up at 4. I think we wrap up at 4 like every other year, just about. It's just there's Power Rangers this year. It made it harder.
We usually save that for Sunday.
Yeah.
Well, we talked about that early.
Yeah. Let's see here. I'm going to go ahead and jump straight into anybody get anything, and I'm going to just talk about what I got because I'm not super conversant about everything. So one thing, I did get the whatever the hell Megatron they're calling it, the Hasbro Pulse exclusive. Is it
Combat Megatron.
Combat Megatron.
Combat Megatron.
You know, I bought it just because, you know, I guess I had to, technically, more or less.
Yes. Yes, you did.
But, you know, I didn't care much for it until I got it in hand, and it's beautiful. I love this toy.
It's crazy, and that's why I like it.
It's beautiful. The paint's so great. It's just awesome. So yeah, it's not the G2 Megatron we needed or wanted. It's something, but I like it. I like it.
It's something you didn't. It's something you didn't know you wanted to use.
There you go, Don. That's exactly right.
I think I'm actually the only one here now who has not bought that.
Nope, me too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I dig it. I totally dig it.
I would say, you know, we're the two smart ones, but you also don't like Cogman, so I can't even really give you that credit.
Fair enough.
So I mean, I ended up opening up everything that I had last week, so it's not really worth going into that. But I did on Amazon Japan, because I bought this drive head vinyl like a year and a half ago. I get email updates whenever there's like a Takara drive head thing, and they had some of their figures on discount. I'm not gonna say clearance, but on discount. So I was able to get 3 of them. It's like the upgraded version of like 3 of the characters. I can't tell you their names or anything about them, but you know, it's not Transformers, so I didn't even bother learning it.
Are they fun toys though?
Yes. Oh God, yes. They're amazing. I love the names. They're like Yellow Champion Freedom and Victory Imagination. And that's not literally the names, but that's kind of like, you know what?
That's more like Tobot names.
Yeah, well, I totally dig them. Definitely worth, like, they ended up being like $20 each.
Oh, nice.
So they're like, originally they were like, I think $35 or $40 each. Of course, shipping. Yeah. When it's not like a pre-order, shipping is not as cheap. Yeah. So I ended up spending as much on shipping as I did actually on the toys, which is still a pretty substantial discount from what they would have cost originally anyway. Yeah. But I'm glad I got them. I've been wanting some of these for a while. I rarely ever get any of the Takara robot non-Transformer stuff. So considering that they're doing nothing with Siege, really, I was able to, you know, broaden my horizons a bit. So very nice. They're pretty darn awesome. I think that's it. Diecast, what'd you get?
All right, I'll go next. I was excited because I wanted to go because I didn't want to be last.
You know you don't have video on, right?
I don't?
No.
Oh. Well, I can fix that.
Jason, do you have anything this week?
No, you can take me. Well, okay. I got a second job, but I can't show that off.
Yeah. Here.
You will have to put me on after Diecast is done.
It says turn video off. I don't know.
Okay, no video. You just have to, like, for 99% of our audience, it doesn't matter since they're audio anyway, so.
All right, I'm still excited. I got 3 bots. I got the GoPro bot. I got the dinosaur that's a plant bot.
Nice, I love that one.
And then I also got the Venus flytrap that turns into a frog, and it's impossible to get his back legs out. Bot.
It's also impossible to transform it correctly unless you like cut parts out of it.
Yeah, that's the one thing I really don't like about bots is the tolerances on things.
I don't even think it's the tolerances. I think between how it was designed and how the molds were actually cut, they did it wrong, and it's not possible to move the part in the way that the instructions show you to actually turn the Venus flytrap into the frog.
Is it that they chose the wrong kind of plastic when they designed them?
No, I think they just didn't make the spaces the right size.
I mean, but that all ties together, though, like the selection of plastic, how you...
No, I'm saying, like, they literally measured it wrong.
Okay.
Yeah, it's... I can't believe you can't... Like, it took me 10 minutes to get the back legs out, and then the back legs don't even touch the ground anyway.
It's my least favorite bot.
So, that's what I got. It's a slow week.
That's fine. Wow. I mean, you'll be back on that Taobao horse before too long.
Yeah.
But
have you made a Taobao purchase yet since Chinese New Year?
I had one thing that I prepaid for ship. It was that Toy World little exhaust, not the Christmas one, the regular exhaust. And I had a Iron Man face mask emblem ship. So
okay,
it's something. But man, the third party gates, I guess, probably in about a month because the factory's got to get ramped up and stuff.
Oh yeah.
It's probably going to take like a month and a half before the third-party gates start to open up again.
Okay.
Yeah, because there's a lot of stuff that's been delayed.
Chris.
So I got these little guys.
Oh, nice.
This is the Siege, Laserbeak, and Ravage. So Laserbeak's really cool. Very solid transformation. I've seen people say it's like a miniaturized version of the Masterpiece, which I find hard to believe since it's fairly simplistic. But
is it bigger than the Masterpiece?
Oh, no, I can't imagine because it's actually... Hang on, I can transform this real quick and show you. I actually set this up in advance. It's actually a little bit smaller than G1 Laserbeak.
Okay. I guess I'm thinking in terms of the Titan's Return things that are monstrously huge.
Yeah, I'm sure that would definitely be bigger than the...
Oh, they're substantially bigger, yeah.
No, these are smaller, but like I can kind of see where some of the same ideas are probably at play here. Laserbeak is really nice in how it works, because like you do get the complete classic bird form out of this with no extra parts needed. So I mean, it's a really slick little piece of engineering, and it's the reason I bought this set, because like I didn't realize I wanted a Laserbeak styled more after the More Than Meets the Eye appearance until I saw that this existed and how it looked interacting with like Megatron.
That's one of the few that I really want.
Yeah, it's really nice. Ravage is not bad. It mostly suffers for having to be Ravage in 3 dimensions.
Yeah.
Which is basically the failing of every Ravage toy.
Except for the G1, which is two-dimensional.
Well, exactly. Yeah. Thank you for stepping on my joke for me.
Was it a joke?
But even so, I mean, it was a joke in the sense that it was like an ironic observation.
I thought it was like a point. I just stepped on your
British
point.
Sense of a joke.
Okay. That makes sense.
It's like British humor where it's a point delivered in a certain tone of voice, and then it makes you laugh. What?
It's like semantics. I'm like, have you listened to this show before?
Well, I remember Classics Ravage not.
Well, that
we lost it.
Have you not listened to this show before?
Cool story, bro.
So.
No, the Ravage that came with Universe Hound wasn't that bad, but it also was basically immobile, so I don't know how much that counts. Ravage's transformation is a little more fiddly than Laserbeak. It's not as much of an elegant process. The robot limbs on Ravage are super, super thin. So if you get this and want to pose the legs, be sure to grab up near where the joint actually is. I would not like go from the edge and risk bending the nylon.
Oh, yeah.
I have not had any like scary moments with it by any means. I've only had it for like 70 hours at this point, but I haven't had any scary moments with it in that time. I would just recommend, taking a little care where you apply the force to, because it is very thin little parts. But like Laserbeak's the real winner of this set. I don't think I'm going to get Soundwave. I'll probably get that Sound Blaster that we saw that they then subsequently immediately hid from Toy Fairer. Mm-hmm. So eventually these will have a home. Until then, they're probably just going to hang out in rectangle mode on Megatron, because that's a thing that they do.
Let's see here. Those were up for pre-order on Hasbro Pulse, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So I haven't pre-ordered. I have no idea when I guess I'll get them, but...
Hey, Chris, there is one other thing you can do with that Ravage.
Okay, is this going to involve references to a garbage can or a toilet?
No, this is going to involve Siege Hound. You can put it on the back like classics.
I remember.
You can? That's nice. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, Hound's all the way over there right now, and then I did the Transform Hound, so I'll do that later. Sadly, I didn't think. I remember you mentioning something about that after like New York Comic Con.
Yes,
but it did not occur to me to get that set up for test or demonstration here. Also, again, Ravage is much fiddlier to transform. So, like with Laserbeak, the transformation is very intuitive and it just kind of goes in a straight line. Ravage, there's a couple parts where you have to do it in exactly the right order, or you have to go back like 3 steps and reset everything to get the parts where they're going.
I just had a realization. So, in pre-ordering Megatron, he had like a designation code, kind of like Japanese Transformers have. And I'm looking to my pre-orders to see if I pre-ordered that. And every time I see a Siege figure, it actually has a code, like, again, a Takara Transformer. Soundwave, for example, is a WFC-S25 Soundwave.
Yeah, the silly thing, though, is I'm pretty sure Takara's number codes for them are different than Hasbro's.
Of course.
Yeah, I never noticed that, though. That's interesting.
Oh, one thing before we move on. So Lionizer and Ravage are about the same overall volume for the actual body. Lionizer's tail, sword, blade, of course, adds a little bit more that Ravage doesn't have, which that mass went into Laserbeak. But I really appreciate they did not try to shoehorn in something like the other Micromaster sets have, where they combine together into some kind of ill-conceived weapon platform.
Oh yeah.
The Decepticon Micromasters are fine for their little mini Star Saber thing they do. That's totally fine, but I've not seen an Autobot car gun that looks like anything more than just weird yoga.
Don, did you get anything?
Just Combat Megatron.
You like it?
I haven't had a chance to open it. I just came off 5 days in a row at work, so I'm which is not bad. It's just that plus a doctor's appointment this morning kind of
5 days in a row. Wow.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying it was just a real busy week for us at work. But I like the way it looks. I like the reviews that I've seen. It's G2, so of course I'm gonna love it a lot by default. Just haven't had a chance to tear into it yet. And that's really all I've got. I did have some drama getting it because apparently when I filled out the form was right, but somehow in between submitting the form to Hasbro Pulse to sign up for everything and getting the shipping notice, my apartment number was missing, and I had my city as Virginia. So FedEx couldn't find me, despite the fact I had a giant note on my door on 8.5 by 11 typewriter paper saying, just leave it right here. They couldn't find me.
Does it glow? Is visible from the road?
No.
How long have you been sitting on specific typewriter paper?
No, I'm just saying. I'm saying it wasn't like a little Post-it note. It was a.
Is that leftover from service merchandise?
Probably, but no. I mean, I left it on the door. They said they couldn't find the apartment. And then they couldn't just hold it at the hub, which is about 30 minutes away. I had to call Hasbro Pulse, have them reset everything,
send them a polite
and then reset. Yeah, and then resend it to FedEx, and then FedEx did redeliver it the next day. If they didn't redeliver it based on the Hasbro Pulse shipper preferences, they would have had to send it back to Hasbro, and if Hasbro had some left, they would send it back out to me with the corrected information.
But I had some left. Don't worry.
yeah, but I'm just saying, there was a little bit of drama for. Just the system didn't save my preferences like I had them in the fields.
That happened to me with a wedding gift. I never did get that pizza stone.
Oops.
Yeah.
So that's
Brian, to your joke, Don did actually take a few minutes to write a polite letter. It's the 8.5 by 11 typewriter paper he put on his door.
Was it typewriter paper or was it like dot matrix paper?
Well, it's not 8.5 by 11, is it?
Yeah, I think it is.
Once you take the sides off.
Yeah. Now, I'm just saying that's the size of the note that I left, a regular typewriter, paper. So it was like
they call it copy paper. They don't call it typewriter paper anymore.
It's a standard A-size sheet of paper. Damn it.
Well, I mean, if it's if it's an erasable bond or something, you would call it typewriter paper. But Don could have some erasable bond paper sitting over.
What? I work at Staples, and I don't even know what erasable bond paper is.
That was the kind of from a typewriter, you could actually take a pencil eraser and erase the ink off. Yeah. That was a thing. I'm older than you are.
Yeah, but everything but other than that, it's been something of a drought in the area with anything new showing up.
You know what? It's really nice. I don't even have to go to the store because everything coming out over the next couple months, I was able to order at Hasbro Pulse.
Or Amazon,
so That reminds me. So I was at a Walmart over the weekend. Not my local Walmart. No, it's a Walmart that's 25-ish miles away from home. But I used to go there every week. And I was telling my wife about that. She's like, why did you go here every week? Because it's out in the boonies. I'm like, toy hunting. And it just makes me realize that I don't toy hunt anymore.
Yeah, it's not really a thing anymore.
I live 10 minutes from a Target. I don't even like going over there because I have to cross like 3 streets. I just order everything and it just comes to me. It's weird.
Well, I think one.
Oh well,
and we lost Dawn again.
Yeah.
Okay. I think people want to see these Siege decos in person to see how good or how bad they are based on a figure by figure basis. So I think that may be something there anyway.
So some people will be disappointed when they never see those figures then.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. But yeah, so that Walmart had like one column of toys.
Oh, that's a picture you put on Twitter the other day.
It had like one column of Transformers, so like three pegs for Transformers, and that was it. It's like the smallest Walmart that I know of. It's the smallest Walmart that's not like a neighborhood market. Actually,
is it bigger or smaller than the Hickory Toys R Us was?
It's a little bigger.
Okay,
but I mean, it's a super Walmart. Not
oh boy.
Yeah, it's about the size of your average grocery store.
So 2 towns over to the west, which is the next nearest Walmart, I think, after the one in my town, they have a little tiny super Walmart like that too, which was upgraded from a little tiny regular Walmart where you almost could stretch your arms out to either side and touch the opposing wall.
That's exactly what happened here.
That small.
The Walmart was basically, it's now like a Tractor Supply. They built the new Walmart beside of it. I don't know why they didn't just demolish that one and spread it across because it's such a tiny store. Okay, that was your Walmart Minute. Let's go to Jason. Jason, what do you have this week? You're on mute, Jason.
Like I said, second job. That's it.
Okay, Matt.
Oh, right.
I got the Combat Megatron.
You like it?
He is a hideous eyesore, and I kind of love him.
Yeah, exactly.
Welcome to the dichotomy that is Generation 2.
Yes, we need more Generation 2 stuff.
Yes.
I really hope, speaking of hideous eyesore dichotomies, that Hasbro uses selects to get some like Euro G1, G2 inspired decos out.
Yeah.
So with Generations for the last several years, with this design team, they've been following along with the gimmicks, especially for like mid to later G1 stuff. G2 until you get to like some of the later stuff.
I want obliterators.
Yeah,
I want obliterators.
Yeah, so, but like, do you think that at some point the gimmick that gimmick quote unquote that they go into is G2, like just with the designs?
I really hope so. There are so many untapped characters that we never get updates of. Thunderclash, Clench, Pyro, Rotor Storm, Iron Fist. These are all in desperate need.
That's true.
Iron Fist is owned by Marvel.
Leadfoot.
Yeah, American G2 and late Euro G1, G1.5 and G2 in Europe. There's so much potential over there that it boggles my mind they have not tapped into that by now. I was hoping War for Cybertron would see more G2 designs as the initial launch, because some of them could be like Thunderclashes could be a Cybertronian truck mode.
Absolutely.
Versus,
absolutely.
That was part of the reason that Siege had me so upset originally, with going back to Optimus Prime and Hound when we we were just starting to get, new and interesting characters, and then right back to the same old stuff over again. I mean, I've since kind of gotten over that a little bit, but I would like to see some more characters get their due.
Omega Supreme, Retrofort in chat saying, I think Don is particularly excited about that potentially.
Well, it's again, he hasn't had a figure since the Action Master Elite, and that's a hell of a color scheme to put on a figure. I'm sorry, it would be just gloriously, hideously, wonderfully G2.
I should have bought that one from Jake at Retro Reboot when it was still open. I think it may be I don't know that I've ever come across one at BotCon. Might have been the only Omega Supreme I've ever seen. I should have bought that. I'll add it to my eBay search list. Yeah. John, did you get anything?
I got Combat Megatron like everybody else. He's cool. And let's see, I got Siege, Shockwave. He's fine. I've got highs. The scale still throws me off a little bit since I've got like 15 years, but not 15 years, 12 years of investment now in Chug. He's weird. He's just a tinge too small, but he's fun. And my daughter had fun with the light piping.
I'll say he is definitely a Voyager at the leader price point.
Yeah, he's I don't know. He's hard to figure out, I guess, from that standpoint. But I like him. Yeah. And then I haven't opened it yet, but I got the reissue of Unite Warriors Superion, which is shipping from Japan now.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, I waffled on that when it was new, but now it's like $100 shipped from Amazon Japan.
Oh, jeez.
So I pulled the trigger on that guy for sure.
Okay.
Yeah. I just
go ahead.
It's so weird that Superion is the best combiner, I think, and it's it's so blah looking, but it's also so accurate.
Unite Warriors Computron.
So that's one I own both. But why would you get Unite Warriors Superion? What's different about it? I'm not aware of any substantial differences.
He's got the cartoon anime thing going on, which means less of everything as far as color apps go and things like that.
Okay. And he's got the white hands and feet too, right?
Yes, he does have that. So those are nice.
And he came with Slingshot. Yeah, originally.
Right.
Yeah, there was no Alpha Bravo in that set.
Oh, I forgot about Alpha Bravo. How did I forget about Alpha Bravo?
It is inherently inferior.
Yeah. Hey, so I just did a quick eBay search for Omega Supreme. Again, for those who don't know, Omega Supreme, Spreem. He's an Action Master Elite. The best condition, most complete one only went for $120, which is about half of what I would have expected. Yeah.
Wow. How was the paint on it though?
I can't tell from the photo. The auction is ended, so it's just. Well, no, actually, no. I'm able to look at it. It looks good. There's some wear on the glass or the goggles or whatever the hell you would call it, the dome, but that could be fixed.
Yeah, the last time I saw those in person, there was a British dealer at BotCon. He had all 4 elites on card, and he wanted $1,000 for the set.
That's about what I would expect.
Maybe, I was just thinking that sounds about right.
That actually may be better than I would have expected, honestly.
Yeah, it was either No, I'm sorry. $2,000 for the set.
That's too much.
Oh,
yeah. He wanted he wanted $1,000 for a sealed, graded Thunderclash, I think.
That's so. I mean, that's crazy. I think, but I don't do graded stuff. I got a sealed Thunderclash, maybe 20 years ago, but I got it for $40, and I'm fine with that.
And I mean, if you have to, you can get Machine Wars Prime. It's not as pretty of a figure. It's too many earth tones.
Yes, it's the same mold. But I don't consider them the same figure because the color. I mean, at all, because they're not comparable because the color schemes are so radically different.
But I'm saying if you just want the mold itself, that's a more viable alternative than a Thunderclash.
Yeah, I mean, I sold mine years ago for whatever reason, and the one I have now, I bought at Acme Comics from Jermaine. And I think it was $30.
Yeah.
which is less than what I sold mine for. So, yeah.
But it's just more proof we need more Euro G2 stuff out there.
Yeah.
Because it's molds that people aren't going to pay some of these prices for.
How much does King Atlas go for now? That was the Universe version of that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I haven't even looked at the Universe stuff in years.
Yeah, I mean, I would almost expect that would probably be kind of up there in price. Really?
Yep. It's totally worth
it.
that.
I don't remember that actually being super common. Wasn't that near the tail end of Universe?
I saw it in stores once, but $30. I mean, there's not a lot of demand for it, and I don't want to say there's no nostalgia for Universe, but I can't imagine there being much nostalgia considering there was no media or anything with it.
Yeah.
$30. If I didn't already have one, I would pick that up. Okay, so Rob, anything?
I got Combat Megatron because
you like it?
Yeah, I do. It's hideous, but I like it anyway. I mean, it's the deco that was too ugly for the 90s. I mean, what else can you say? But even so, I like it. I liked that mold to begin with.
It's great.
Slightly better tolerances in the ankles on this version than in my Vanilla Siege Megatron. So, I'm actually kind of happy with it, and I'm glad I got it. I also got some really good ice cream at Walgreens on markdown.
Nice. What kind? Edie's? They sell Edie's, right? Or was they
actually, it was their store brand, and it was marked down, and it came in the rectangular cardboard cartons. And since I'm old, I had to do that.
That's wonderful. So I guess what this is for everybody but Chris, you should go ahead and buy that Siege Megatron from Hasbro Pulse because it's glorious. Yeah, and it's readily available.
Yeah, and while you're there, grab an Ectotron, just while you're there, because it's neat.
I ended up buying the Symbiote Spider-Man just to test to see if I got free shipping, and I did. So, yeah. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and jump to the news. So, I don't exactly get this one, but it's the MP10 Age, Sex, Location, Masterpiece Convoy Atmos LeBron James version. That's what that stands for, right? Age, Sex, Location?
Atmos Safari LeBron version.
Oh.
Close.
It's like AOL chat rooms. Age, sex, location.
Yeah.
Alternately American Sign Language.
That's true. Nice. ASL question mark. ASL question mark. God, the internet 25 years ago. Yeah, so I don't get this.
I'm not going to get this.
Well, you would have a hard time if you wanted to. So the sticker price on this orange MP10 with strange stripe deco and various emblems stamped on it. The sticker price is 20,000 yen, but it's only available through Atmos retail outlets in Japan, including their online store, and apparently you can buy it through an app.
I love the colors on it. I really like it.
I mean, it's hard for me to complain about orange things. I don't feel a need to have this, though.
If this were a Michael Jordan version, I would consider it, but it's not.
Yeah. But I mean,
I would like it better without the bronze, I think.
Yeah.
I don't really need that. The orange is nice, though.
Yeah. Of course, you do realize this does make sense if you take it in context of Optimus Prime with the basketball. I mean, he's just...
It doesn't come with one, though.
No.
It doesn't come with one, but...
He really should.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this is as close we're going to get to basketball playing Optimus.
Does he play baseball, LeBron James? Is that what he does?
I think you're thinking of Bo Jackson.
It's cricket.
Cricket. I'm just picking. Just picking. I know people love LeBron. Jordan's better.
So at Winter Wonderfest, they debuted 3 of these Atmos MP10 recolors. This was not one of them. So this is the 4th one, which may be coming out at the start of March when the shoe that's based on launches at Atmos stores. But the article did not really make that clear one way or the other.
So what were the others?
Well, you should have prepared this question beforehand, so I could have had the answer.
I didn't know there were other ones. It's okay. I mean, is there like a? So like a Cal Ripken Jr. one, and like Reggie Jackson one.
So,
Mike Tyson.
I think this. I can't say for sure, but I think this is the only one that's branded to a sports person.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Petty.
so there's one that's called Elephant, one that is called Duck Camo, and one that's called Viotech, Viotech. See, I'm looking for the picture on
Ricky
Keyformers.
Bobby.
That would make more sense to me, to be honest.
I would buy that. It would be Wonder Bread colors. Such a great movie.
Oh, here we go. This will work. 1 second.
I didn't know to prepare the question. Sorry.
Skype chat.
Okay. Nothing came through for me, so.
It just came through for me.
Oh, that's because I am looking at you. I'm still just trying to chat with you from last week. Let me fix that. Okay. Here we go.
I think the orange one is probably the best looking one of the bunch.
This is Lego.
Yeah, the black and blue one looks a little.
Did you scroll down to the bottom of the
Okay,
chat,
this is that
Brian?
Lego kit that Diecast had shared earlier, so I did not scroll down.
No, go down farther.
Scroll down.
I'm glad it was that.
There you go.
Duck Camo, is that like Duck Dynasty or something?
Yes, it's the kind of camo you use on a tent for duck hunting.
I don't know. Oh, the elephant one is pretty.
The elephant one actually is not bad.
Yeah.
I love that one.
The color layout on it reminds me of something I can't quite place.
So are the dots
It's kind
there?
of like the Nemesis Prime version of Ultra Magnus.
Are the dots there for voting purposes?
Yeah, I like that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like in process, in business, like when you're talking about like a workshop, oftentimes you'll use sticky dots like that for voting. Is that what this is here? Are people voting on like which one to make?
If anybody has a phone with Google Translate on it, they could stick it up to the screen and see what that Japanese sentence says.
Yeah, that makes too much sense.
I do have her see the Japanese word for sticker, which is usually seal, in that sentence. So that may be exactly what you're talking about. And if so, happily, it looks like Elephant is winning.
It's so pretty. It reminds me of something.
It's almost Nemesis Prime colors, other than the actual.
And the elephant one actually has a Decepticon symbol on it.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
Is it coming up, Jason?
Yeah, it's not a direct translation, but yeah, it seems to be pick your category and put one underneath it, something around
it's
there.
A vote,
I think that's exactly what
Please paste the seal from one of the three below to your favorite one.
Okay.
Oh boy, yours did way better than mine did.
Just Google Translate.
Yeah.
Elephant, the Eleformer.
Jason was using Bixby Vision, and that's probably the problem.
God, no.
God, I hate Bixby. Okay.
Why are you not using Babelfish? Jeez.
Oh, God, Don. Okay, so let's see. Let's move on. I think we've covered that one. WizKids Transformers miniature figures announced a new Hasbro licensing deal. Yes, G.I. Joe.
Mm-hmm. Which that's a great format for G.I. Joe, actually. I'm miniature Steve.
I'm just glad to see anything G.I. Joe.
I don't know what WizKids figures look like, so I'm gonna.
Okay. Have you ever heard of the miniatures game Mage Knight?
No.
Okay, basically they're very small scale miniatures where all the stats are built into the base, and basically
it's like HeroClix.
Yeah. Mage HeroClix is the superhero version of that game system.
Okay.
So yeah, that's what we're looking at here.
Yeah.
I'd buy
a Transformers and G.I. Joe and apparently My Little Pony version of that system.
Why not just bring back a Tactics?
The interesting thing is they're starting this, and one property, G.I. Joe, that has nothing on the market right now except for online exclusives, and My Little Pony Friendship is Magic is ending with the next season. So it'll be interesting to see. Yeah, the season
is the last.
Season 8 is the final season. So it's interesting to see how they're going to do this with a license that doesn't hardly exist anymore, and one that's going to be either ending or, riding off into the sunset, and becoming something else.
I'm sure My Little Pony can subsist on reruns for at least a couple years while still putting out fresh products.
So
probably forever at this point.
So this news item, I have for my RPG group, I have a Google Hangout going, or Dusty has a Google Hangout going. I shared that link, so maybe we can run another My Little Pony game. That would be fun.
Plus, there's always Equestria Girls, the spinoff. So there's always they could do figures of that or something.
That's a thing.
And once again, Don has revealed too much.
Yeah, let's move along. It's getting awkward. So, Revoltech Optimus Prime previews latest super articulated figure. This was at Wonderfest, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't care for this
these
at all.
These images come from the latest Figure King, I believe.
I'm not a fan of Revoltech stuff, so...
I like some of their figures. I have never been a big fan of how they did Transformers stuff, and that's pretty much the same here.
Although part of the problem with that is that their original Transformers offerings they were very specifically inspired by the Dreamwave quote-unquote art.
Yeah, and there's still some of that lingering here, and it does not help.
A little bit, but this is a lot more generified, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it within arm's reach? My Revoltech. Oh. Hot rod.
Well, Brian kills himself.
Yeah, I killed myself. It is total Dreamwave garbage.
Oh wow, yeah.
Yeah. It's like
I do like this though.
Now it's Dreamwave. Look at that. So for people listening, I have angled it.
You need to bounce off a Funhouse mirror first.
Yeah, I'm angling it where you see the legs and perspective-wise.
It's also not trying to grab your purse.
That's great. Not a fan. But some people like that stuff. And non-Transformer stuff is fine. Just not a Transformers line that I'm I don't know what to think about this one. So we talked about, I think last week, how there's going to be a new Transformers Ghostbusters comic crossover. Mm-hmm. And we have a preview. I don't know how many pages, at least one shot though.
It's just the one panel, I think.
Yeah, just a panel.
Yeah. So it's Gozer, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And there are, the Zool and whatever.
Paradox.
Vince Clorthos.
Yeah, Vince Clorthos. In their dog form. But they're robotic, and Gozer's a robot.
Mm-hmm.
And it's...
Gozer just took the form they would be familiar with, like the Vought taking Unicron's image in Beast Wars.
But that is a thing that Gozer does.
But Vince Clortho and Zool don't do that, so I don't understand. Yeah,
I don't think you're particularly going to get those characters in it, maybe?
Well, I mean...
Well, this is a panel from the book, so yeah.
I want to see a Stay Puft Unicron.
Yes!
Yeah.
And it's weird. It looks like they stole the background from Transformers the movie. The opening credits.
The opening credits. Yes, you're exactly right.
Put that in the background.
So for people,
that's such a brilliant effect.
For the 99% of you, basically, if you remember Transformers the movie from '86, there's that scene.
Wow, yeah.
Is it before the title? I think it's
it's immediately the logo, and when they go into the O,
it goes to the O. Yeah. And there's like that weird kaleidoscope tunnel thing going on. It's that, and that's the backdrop for.
It's sort of shades of Tom Baker's opening for Doctor Who.
Yeah, if I remembered that, I would agree. Tom Baker was my Doctor Who, though. I'll go that far.
Well, I mean, as long as you don't bite him, Brian, that's the important part.
Yeah. This is pretty cool, I guess. I don't know what to think of it, but now that you remind me that, Gozer will take the form of, it's anything it wants, to quote Egon.
I love the artwork. The artwork is great. It reminds me a lot of Andrew Wildman. It's very, very simple, very clean. Very natural looking.
I could see that,
and it's kind of interesting because I've read some of the Ghostbusters comics that this team does, and it's a much looser, more cartoony style for most of what they do. So seeing them work with Transformers and just adapt to it so well is really interesting.
So is this in continuity for the Ghostbusters comic? Probably not. You'd have to assume not.
I don't think the Ghostbusters comic probably cares that much.
Well, I was going to say,
I like that attitude.
Yeah, I was just say it's weird. I'm assuming that it's in continuity with the first movie. They'd have to face Gozer again.
They have had crossovers with the actual real Ghostbusters in the comics, so they don't mind switching up between like different dimensions and stuff. Wait.
So the movie Ghostbusters, I'm assuming this is like quote unquote movie.
No, I mean real like cartoon.
Crossed over with the real Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like Turtles Forever, where the different versions of the Turtles get together.
Right.
I love that.
And they also did the Ghostbusters versus Ninja Turtles crossover.
Why am I not reading this?
That was, 5 years ago?
The great thing about IDW is on Comixology, like a month after, they discount the price.
Yeah, by like half.
Yeah, so I'm going to go get that right now.
And after long enough more after that, I think they dropped them down to like 99 cents.
Oh, I want to talk about the next thing too, but I want to buy comics. Okay, so we have photos of the LGEX Big Convoy, the blue version, which mine I think shipped today. This, of course, is the version that's supposed to look kind of like the Lucky Draw figure from years ago. So it'll be my, 5th version of this toy.
Oh, that's entirely too many.
That's not.
Yeah, I have to say it's underwhelming. It's underwhelming, to be honest.
Well, that's because you're going into it expecting Ultra Mammoth when that's never what it was supposed to be.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. It looks good. It's just I've seen better decos.
Of course you have. The original toy had a better deco, but that doesn't matter. I want it because it's Big Convoy. Oh God, that is awesome. So the photo is which version of it's the 2006 Optimus Magna Convoy figure.
Yeah, Matt's got that one, I think. Right, Matt?
I think I've got that too.
I have it right here. I get it out without knocking something over.
I think
that's okay, Matt.
Awesome. Yeah, but the blue Optimus Prime, the classics Optimus Prime, riding the blue Big Convoy. That's beautiful. So.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. God, I need to make sure I have Magna Convoy. If not, I need to correct that. I think I do.
If Kim knew how many of your purchases were driven by the show on a weekly basis, she would not let you continue doing this.
Yeah, I'm actually starting thinking about making a new podcast.
Of course you did.
And of course I did. And it would completely drive so many new purchases, which is kind of the point of it.
You'll have to tell us about that later.
Baseball Card Podcast.
Yeah, I was on Twitter.
Yeah. So, I know. It was my primary hobby for like the first half of my life. So, and from what I found, there are no consistent quality. Oh God, that goes for a lot of money. It
was an e-hobby thing, I think. So yeah.
Right now, $100. That's less than I thought.
It's about where I was expecting.
I saw one trying to sell it for $450. That scared me.
Yeah, because I think HobbyLink Japan. I want to say they had this.
No, that was the Bat Primal.
Oh, I've got that. I know I have that, but yeah. So, but there's so few baseball card podcasts that come out consistently. Quality, I guess, varies, but I couldn't really find any that actually come out like weekly. And that may be because, there's not a lot to talk about.
I was going to say there's probably a reason.
But you know what? Have you ever seen Transformers news? And especially, have you ever seen Transformers news in 1999?
But we are delightful to listen to.
This is true. Yeah.
And in 1999, you weren't trying to have a 60 to 75 minute show.
No, I ran about 30 minutes.
On the high end, yeah.
Yeah, 20, 30 minutes, so.
That's probably right for the amount of news there was at that point.
Yes, it was exactly appropriate to what was available in that period of time. Sorry, Don.
No, it's fine. I say, Brian, you should go for it. I mean, if you never try, you'll always strike out.
Don, I retract that apology.
He does remember that anyone can hang up on him, right?
This is true.
Oh, please don't remind Diecast of that possibility.
I don't have Magna Convoy.
Is Diecast still with us? I haven't heard from him in a while.
Yeah,
I just heard
I'm
him
here.
laugh.
I'm just there's not a lot to.
He just keeps rechecking Taobao to see if he can buy things yet.
Okay, so we have a cover for the Mazinger Z versus Transformers.
Two of them, in fact.
Yes, and that being in the main news feed is pretty much proof how slow it is this week.
I love it.
Yeah, the first one up is by the character designer for the Great Mazinger anime from 1974.
It looks genuine and authentic to me, so
Yes.
that's what I like about that one. The second one's one we saw before.
Actually, it's a new one, or at least it was not available when we first talked about this. This is the cover by Yuki Oshima of Kiss Players, among other things.
Kiss Players.
Optimus
Oh,
looks
don't hold that against it necessarily.
in this. Optimus looks way too big for like how I would understand scale to be.
Well, I mean,
It's a forced perspective thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're at ground level looking up with Optimus in the foreground and Mazinger crouched over him. Like, there's distance and angles.
Yes,
involved.
look at Megatron in the distance for a better sense of scale.
Oh, it's on his. That makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, jeez.
I think I like
That's
the
better.
second cover better. I think I like the second cover better.
I
It sort of gives
love-
a-
I love the first cover.
I do too. And there's one still coming I cannot wait to see, which is by the creator of Mazinger Z. That should be fun.
Is this going to be available digitally? Not through Comixology necessarily, but like I know there's like a manga subscription service that's out there.
There's a variety of them by publisher. I'm not sure if this is going to hit any of them, but I'm sure there will be some way to get a hold of this.
I know the
Not
first.
English.
Yeah, I know the first cover is very stylized, but it's sort of weird to see Devastator that much. I know it's just the way it's set up, but Devastator's like not even up to Mazinger's waist. It's like that's just
Yeah, it's amazing. Hey, and Rob, you said something that I know, like in my head I know, but it's still when I think about it, it makes me just it's shocking. The Great Mazinger from 1974.
I mean, Mazinger, the original Mazinger Z is from 71.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's crazy. Okay, so Hasbro Pulse increases the price of Ectotron to $50. When did this happen today?
Well, I first noticed it today.
So they had reposted it yesterday at $40. I checked last night about 2 o'clock this morning, and I didn't see it. I couldn't sleep. And
Yeah, I assume the ones that reposted at $39.99 were where people's authorization charges didn't go through or otherwise mysteriously canceled, as we know happened to a few people.
Yeah.
And those probably went pretty quick, and today they reposted the listing entirely at the equal price to what it was on GameStop.
Yeah. But yeah, so they took it down and they brought it back up at $50. I'm not crazy about that. I mean, in a way, I can't blame them because it's free money, but it's kind of crummy.
Well, so I would look at this similarly to how the Siege Deluxes debuted on Hasbro's retail space at $9.99 and then went up to $19.99 after that initial stock went through. It was, promotional introductory pricing, and this is the actual price for it.
Such a great. So I was looking at. Oh, one thing I got today I didn't mention is I got the small die-cast Optimus Prime from the movie line thing. There's also an Ecto 1, and I was looking at that today.
Okay.
This looks so much better than that die-cast Ecto 1.
That Ecto 1, it's missing some paint apps, and they're not that clean,
And it's
because I had seen it too.
And the carriage stuff or whatever on the top, there's way more detail in this than there is on that.
Right.
Of course, it's like 3 times the size, isn't it?
But there's less. But it's a die-cast model, or whatever. So it should be easier and it should be more detailed than a Transformer, which has to.
I don't see it that way, honestly.
Yeah.
There's a bigger version coming out too that is much more detailed, which probably is a little better than what we see with Ectotron. But if you're interested in it, wait for the bigger version because it looks very nice.
And so, not that we have it in the notes, but I think it happened since last week. This toy was in an episode of The Goldbergs, which is apparently a TV show that takes place in the 80s. I've never watched it. But lots of people said, but I think our buddy Blue Streak said that this could cause like the Mandela effect in people who remember.
Oh, it will.
Who will remember Ectotron coming out in the 80s. When obviously it didn't. But hey, but you know what? It's coming out. Siege Omega Supreme. You can get that at Amazon at tfradio.net/Siege Omega. Thank you to everybody that's pre-ordered that. Other people should do it too. You can also get Siege Jetfire at tfradio.net/ imagine that, tfradio.net/Siege Jetfire. And
no spaces.
Yeah,
I haven't pre-ordered Omega yet. I really need to do that.
You do. And Studio Series Optimus Prime, tfradio.net/SS38. There are other stuff up as well. I didn't make short links for them. Mirage and all that. You can go to tfradio.net.
Springer.
Yeah, Springer. I should do Springer.
What you could do is just collect a bunch of the links for the stuff and put it in a post on tfradio.net that you can
share out.
Short link to that and refer back to.
You're a genius.
Yes, probably literally.
And so modest.
I haven't pre-ordered Omega Supreme yet either. I'm probably not going to.
That was just kind of set up.
You're waiting for the eventual Ollie's offering.
I don't know that I'm going to wait that long. I want to wait and see what money looks like closer to the time Omega comes out.
Yes.
And make a decision more then.
Yes, money is an issue.
And Amazon Black Friday, that's usually a pretty good idea for these
I don't even know if I want to wait that long, but we'll see what happens with that. But I mean, even if I don't pre-order it, I probably will end up getting it through Amazon, and hopefully in that case I'll remember to get it through the RFC link.
I'm just saying I have free shipping from Pulse for the next year.
This is true.
Yeah.
This is true. Hey, don't talk about competition. This doesn't cost you a cent more, and it helps support Radio Free Cybertron. But actually, never mind. My brain completely went. I was going to mention something I got on Amazon, which was that ring that Ben Yee had posted to his Facebook.
Oh, the wrestling ring.
Yeah, I bought a WWE ring for like their smaller figures, like back in December, and it was just way too large.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like the side-to-side dimensions look about like what I would want, but the ropes are too tall.
Yeah, but the one from the one that Ben got, which you can look for at tfradio.net/Amazon if you want to. It's like $10. It comes with 2 rings and a bunch of figures. Great deal. I picked it up.
Do you have a link? I would be interested in that.
Actually, I can get a link if Brian can't, because I've actually had that in one of my wish lists for months.
So here's the ring. Right now, it's pretty. It's like the perfect size.
It comes with a 6-sided one too, so you can have like Micromaster MMA if you want to.
Yeah.
Nice.
So it's pretty great. Yeah. Okay. So also buy a shirt. tfradio.net/shirts. I will have my G2. I'm actually wearing my Robot Collector shirt right now. Which, this is now my dress code at work. So I may not, like normally, like in the video, I'm always wearing a polo or a button up, usually a polo. But with the new job, working from home, I can wear whatever I want. So you're lucky I'm wearing clothes, one.
Oh, please don't start pulling a JD.
I know.
Yeah.
But also, I can wear my RFC shirt at work now. But my G2 Robot Collector shirt should be here like Friday.
You know what that means, John? He's going to need some more shirts.
Yeah, he sure is.
There's a couple more I need to get that I don't have yet. I'll get the DTOF Club shirt eventually. I got talked into it last week by you guys. Even though I'm not a DTOF fan, I am a Transformers fan. So yeah, that's cool.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't say.
This ring looks like a good deal with all the little extra parts it comes with. Like there's a folding chair,
trash can, barricades, not like the
fire extinguishers,
yeah,
microphones.
Yeah, it's great.
Oh wow,
the size is perfect. It's a little too big for like muscle men, but it's too big for like Titan Masters, but for Micromasters it's perfect. Yeah. Okay, so Rob, what's on T-Formers this week?
A couple of things. We've got some information on the upcoming Siege, Voyager, and Deluxe assortments. I'm pretty sure a bunch of things got reshuffled, so we've got the full details on what to expect in the next few waves there. And we've got a whole bunch of scans from the latest issue of Figure King, which was had a feature on the Bumblebee movie.
40 pages.
Yeah, 40 pages, because the Bumblebee movie, in case you didn't know, did not come out in Japan yet. It comes out March the 22nd. But don't groan too hard yet, Matt, because there's some really interesting stuff buried in there of basically some of the original prototypes for some early Transformers and even Diaclone things in there. There's a whole bunch of like early just like test models for cassettes we never got. There's a horse, there's a scorpion, there's a whole bunch of really neat stuff down in that article. So even if the Bumblebee movie does not interest you, it is not just 40 pages of the Bumblebee movie, and it is probably worth digging into.
Okay, the Bumblebee movie wasn't bad, but 40 pages sounds a bit excessive. So yeah, knowing that there's some other stuff in there helps. Yeah.
Cool. Was that it? Sorry, I'm distracted.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, so
what are you buying?
Nothing right now. So our pal, oops, I'm in the chat, popped up. Our pal Dinobot Maximize shared a link for the what comics are available in Amazon Japan. It's from Hero X. Is that the publisher of the
Mazinger? That was formerly Million Publishing.
Okay, well, there's some Transformers manga up there. And it's available for the Kindle, and I'm trying to figure out if I can order it for my Kindle. It doesn't look like I can. But if so, I want to pick it up.
Well, you have a separate account for Amazon Japan, of course, right?
Yeah.
So you would probably need a Kindle on that account.
Well, that's a good point. It's actually all the same account, at least on my app. I have to switch back and forth. It's probably but when it comes to Amazon, it probably is a separate account, but it uses the same app. I just switch back and forth.
Okay, so if you have an account on Amazon US, you can't use those same login details to log into Amazon Japan because it is separate systems. You can use the same email address to register an account on Amazon Japan, but yeah, it would still be, I think internally to Amazon, it would still be considered separate instances, so you would probably need to put a Kindle on your Amazon Japan account.
Yeah, I'm checking
to make that work.
I may have to use like a secondary device or something, but that would be interesting. Cool, awesome. I'll tweet out that link at TF Radio on Twitter. Let's see here. You can find, again, show notes for this episode at tfradio.net/611. You can leave us a voicemail, 931-99-GOBOT, 931-994-6268. I need to play voicemails and texts. You know, what I should have done, I really wanted to take calls during Toy Fair. I was talked out of it. What I should have done,
you were,
is I should have opened up texts and let people text in stuff. I didn't even think about it until like 2 days later.
Oops.
Yeah. So
well, maybe make a note of that for next year.
Yeah. Or our next big event. So,
do we have another big event?
Not till San Diego.
We could,
and we don't really do that because San Diego stuff happens on Thursday. So the most we do is just put off the regular show for one night and then record normally.
I think we did an extra 1 year.
Yeah, in the
we streamed it like 2 years ago, but
when we did extras.
And we still do extras. It's just whenever there's stuff like the stream I posted as an extra.
Yeah, we do extras when there's extra stuff that, doesn't make it into the show, and right now we don't have any of that.
Yeah, we don't have any of that. But yeah, it's been forever since we did a SDCC live stream, and that may have been more of a superhero, more of a fanboy versus thing.
Well, I mean, okay, so at one point, I think SDCC Transformer stuff happened on the weekend.
Okay.
But then after some point, it started being on Thursday, the first day of SDCC, and then like it was impractical because people have to work or occasionally sleep depending on their shift.
Yeah.
And also, it's the day after our regular show, so it's easier just to like put the show off for one day for that 1 week and just catch the stuff in normal format.
True. Cool. Okay. Let's see here. You can find us on Twitter at TF Radio. Like us on Facebook at facebook.com/TF Radio. Instagram.com/TF Podcast. We're on YouTube, which you're maybe watching us at now. Search for Radio Free Cybertron. We're basically everywhere. Yes, Diecast. That is it. So you can go to tfradio.net/Amazon and search for the Liberty Imports Wrestling ring, and that's how you'll find that ring if you want it.
It's because there's a mini one and then there's a regular one,
No,
but they both...
It's mini. It's tiny.
They both kind of look like the same size.
It's probably the same thing. It's probably the same one. It is tiny, but it works for Micromasters. You can follow me personally on Twitter at bkilby. You can go to briankilby.com to look at all my stuff. I'm moving. I actually have a new episode I need to post of How Was Your Weekend with Wendy. We're actually...
Wow.
Yeah, I know. We've taken about 7 months off. It's been a
long weekend.
Well, yeah, well, that's the joke that I make when I start the episode. We've had a lot of stuff. I've had the kids, and Wendy had her father had cancer, and she had to... That lasted, a long time. He passed in December. So it's just, she hasn't had a chance to do anything. So, but we're going to start it back, and I think I'm moving that over to my website. It just makes more sense there. But briankilby.com for my Happy Daily stuff, all that. You can find it there. Chris, tell us about your stuff and Play With Photography and all the stuff that you do.
Yes, Play With Photography is my website. You can find it at playwithphotography.com. I post some galleries there. I also just talk about general photography stuff. I theoretically talk about ways to approach doing toy photography, that kind of thing. And eventually, I promise, there will be more content like that again, and it's not going to just be occasional random photo galleries and me complaining about new camera reveals as it's been for the last couple months. If you'd like to support that kind of content, though, you can find Play With Photography on Patreon at patreon.com/playwithphotos, where you can kick in a couple dollars every month, which will go toward various costs of operation for the site. Ideally, mostly things to just take pictures of, because that's the most fun thing to do with the money. I may also have a taco here and there. You can find me on Twitter at playwithphotos, where I post most of the one-off random stuff I take pictures of just when I want to mess around and not get into anything too heavy. I'm on Instagram now, which is instagram.com/playwithphotography, which is basically the same content as Twitter, so whichever platform is easier for you and doesn't put Don to sleep after the end of his long 5-day work week.
5 days,
and
my God.
If for whatever... Yeah, it's just inconceivable. If for some reason you want to follow me personally, I'm on Twitter at ChrisRTXV, and you can find Melvar on Twitter at Melvar with 3 L's, 2 R's.
Excellent. Rob?
I am on Twitter at Figure Viewers and Flail-Throughs. I am on YouTube at Flail-Throughs, where Gundam Battle Operation 2 coverage continues. The weekly update is every Thursday morning, because they patch the game every Wednesday night at midnight. So... And you can find the, getting ahead of myself. I also have Patreon. If you like what I'm doing over there, it is patreon.com/flailthroughs. And for a couple of bucks, you can request a specific mobile suit. I do take color scheme suggestions as well with that. And the video work that Chris and I do for T-Formers can be found at YouTube on YouTube at T-Formers TV. There will eventually be a Shockwave video up there, I swear.
Shocking. Sorry. I don't know. I was trying to do the Sting promo when he introduced the Shockmaster from that WCW episode, but I just couldn't remember the words, so I sort of stumbled there. Let's see here. Out of order. There's no order. John, why are you so Why is everything so blurry in your video? Is that like an effect?
Yeah, I'm messing with filters. How does
neat.
It hurts.
Is it twitchy? No, it's not
Like it's doing pretty good at separating you from the background, but it is, as Rob observed in the Skype chat, occasionally grabbing Jeffrey behind you too.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's kind of great.
Yeah.
Just every so often, Jeffrey will snap into focus depending on how you're moving, and that's just great.
It's like the most low-effort jump scare.
Yeah.
Awesome.
How can people find you?
That John D everywhere.
Excellent. Jason did a new episode of Wrestling on the Edge of Forever post.
This evening at 8 p.m. Yes, it most certainly did.
Okay, I checked before the show and I didn't see it, so we can go download that now.
So what can people look forward to hearing this week on Wrestling on the Edge of Forever?
Well, like I alluded to last week, because it didn't come out last week, Voyager season 1, State of Flux.
I may just stop downloading then. I'm kidding.
And I am continuing watching the matches of the independent wrestling champion, Hot Sauce Tracy Williams, who is a hell of a good wrestler. If you don't know who he is, check him out, because he is very good.
Okay, cool.
But is he on the level of Orange Cassidy?
God, it's hard to be on Orange Cassidy's level, my friend. He's next level. I can't even tell you. But and I just resubscribed to How Was Your Weekend, because it's since June, Brian. For God's sakes,
you deleted. Okay, I don't blame you. I think I did too.
I always spring clean ones that haven't come out in a while.
Yeah.
And yeah, you can find me at Jason S. Kirk. Where? Search, find out. I'm not.
Cool. Hey, and John, did you just take a swig of a beverage from a Whataburger cup?
Yes.
I'm jealous.
Now you want to talk to me? That's what prompts like conversation with John.
Well, if it was an In-N-Out cup, I would be jealous.
We did a podcast where that's basically what we did. I don't think that podcast is coming back though. We brought it back like 3 times.
Yeah, we'll talk about the horrible things we eat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, if you
Actually, if you brought it back, use that name.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, if we just like take the fraudulent branding off it.
Get the skinny. It's such a great domain though. Get the skinny.org.
Save it. That's fine.
Yeah.
So
call it the new,
$5
call it the new skinny.
The new skinny. Yeah. So for example, terrible things I ate today. I ate 3 Cadbury eggs over the course of the day. Yes.
That's not terrible. That's wonderful.
It took you the course of the day to eat 3 Cadbury eggs?
Yes.
You're not even trying.
Well, so like,
I'd call that moderation.
Like,
I would call that like, breakfast appetizer.
No, like, like working from home, I actually snack less because right now I'm just so busy. But like, Kim happened to buy me a 5-pack of the Cadbury eggs over the weekend, and when I found myself wanting a snack, it was a Cadbury egg. So, okay.
Brian, CZ in the chat was asking, but what happened to the headmasters?
Can't they fight without Chrome Dome?
I was going to say they couldn't fight without Chrome Dome.
No, I've got several episodes that I need to edit and post.
Did you ever publish the episode that we recorded
a year ago?
Yeah.
I've got episodes that were recorded. Some of them were recorded over a year ago. Some of them were recorded 6 months ago. Just My Life went crazy, and that show takes up way more time even than the show to pull together. So yeah. I'm still going to try to finish it. It may take 3 years to get it done, but I think I will.
You need to farm out the editing process to someone else, not me.
Yeah. Years ago, people really volunteered to do that stuff, but a couple things. One, I don't trust most people. So the people here on this call that I do trust, that means a lot. I want you to know.
But we don't want to do it.
And two, people just don't volunteer to do stuff anymore. So, so I'll get to it eventually. That one, I never intended really to publish it weekly. My goal was to get it done. And my goal was I wanted to get it done, get it posted, and then it's evergreen content.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I'm behind. So, but yeah, there's several episodes recorded, like 4 or 5, which honestly probably only leaves me with at the pace we're I was doing it or wanted to do it, it'd be like 10 more episodes to get through the Headmasters. So, yeah. So it's like halfway done after a fashion.
So after that, are you going to move on to Caster Force?
Caster Force. That's great. That is a great title. So, yeah. And speaking of great titles, I do want to give a shout out to TFYLP's Microcasters. I love that title for a podcast.
It's good.
I love that title. I saw that and I'm like, that's damn clever. It is really clever. Okay, Diecast, how are people going to hold of you?
You can find me at tfradio.net/reviews and on Twitter at Diecast2 and on Facebook at Reviews by Diecast.
Awesomeness. That leaves Don. Don, how do people get a hold of you?
I can be reached on Twitter at HMRC4 EVR.
But primarily, in a few minutes, you'll just find him in bed. Probably not your bed, but in bed nonetheless.
I would hope not.
Fingers crossed.
Okay, that's it.
Well, yeah,
we're done.
Yeah.
Don. Let's just don't even touch it. Leave it alone. Back away. We'll see you next week.
Just end the show on Don's half asleep noises there.
Yeah. Okay. So hit stop. That's good. Jason, you're half correct. I am happy about that, but also, it's excellent.
It is. No, you're right.
Fair.
Okay. Hey, next week I'm going to be in Chicago.
Oh,
yeah.
So, pillows.
I'll probably do since I'm by myself. Not by myself.
You could get a small pizza from Giordano's, and that would work.
Yeah, that's my goal. I think I'm going to get something from Giordano's.
Or I wonder if Giordano's does by the slice.
Not that I know of.
Okay.
But they may, but not that I know of. I'm only going to have one meal where it's not provided, and I'm actually skipping a meal that is provided to have that one. So funny enough, but there's a business. I may be required to go to the business dinner, but if I can get out of it, I'm going to get Giordano's. But so Jason may or may not be able to make it. Diecast. As a contingency, if Jason can't stream next week, can you do the streaming?
I'm just your backup plan.
Well, Jason's been doing it.
I have a whole setup. Everything's great.
I can stream. I got good internet.
You do have good internet.
And Jason almost always remembers to record the audio.
This is true.
Hey, that was that one time.
It will never be forgotten. It's been...
Nope.
Sean has immortalized that.
Yeah.
Although today I couldn't get my video up, so I don't know. I didn't even realize till Brian told me.
Yeah, but if not, I would be fine. I like having video because of the Roku channel, because we do have a pretty massive audience there.
Oh no, we'll have video. That's no problem.
Okay, but is it going to record like in that weird ass format that you used to send me files in?
What format?
Like the ASF or whatever the hell it is.
I recorded it with
I didn't even know that was supported anymore.
I don't. Wait, do you have a paid or the free version of XSplit?
Free.
Yeah, it records in like some format. Maybe I can. Let me see how much a license is.
$15 for 3 months. I think that's the smallest you can get. Or no, it's like you can get maybe an $8 for a month or 1 month or something.
I mean, let me just see how much a year is.
I didn't know it recorded in a different format. I've never even checked it because it uploaded straight to YouTube.
Yeah,
so didn't you just used to download it from YouTube?
I don't want to do that.
Oh, gotcha.
I don't like doing that. It messes with the quality.
Gotcha.
It's not.
Because YouTube compresses it.
It's highly. It's compressed so much. It's like a diamond. Like it looks good, but it's so compressed that it makes me anxious.
It looks good, but it's so compressed that if you just drop it on a tile floor, it has an equal chance of shattering.
Yeah.
So that's $60.
So why is it that Jason might not be here next week?
New job.
Well, second job.
Well, that would be a new job.
I wish I had a new job. That would be nice.
Man, I don't want to drop $200 on a lifetime license that won't necessarily be often. I have a lifetime license, but I got it like for $100.
Oh, you've okay.
What?
I was gonna say you've definitely gotten your money's worth, but I don't know. That's a lot. Wow. I
mean, so I was beta. I may have been alpha on XSplit. I've been basically as long as there's been an XSplit. So they gave me a sweetheart deal on a lifetime license when they started offering them.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
Nice.
Yeah. So, there are so many things I need to go back and extend the licenses off that I've let a couple things lapse I need to fix. But
well, I'm sure we'll have some kind of show next week.
Yeah.
It'll be fine.
I mean, if it comes down to Diecast running it and we can't get everything working, like, worst case scenarios, we'll just switch over to Discord and do an audio-only show.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll know by Tuesday, so you guys will have 24 hours to prepare.
Sweet. And Diecast, if needed, I can send you over all the files. Just make sure you update to the most current version because it's changed a lot since even the last time you did an episode of There Goes My Money.
Okay.
There's been a couple of pretty substantial updates since then.
I'll update tonight before I go to bed.
Because you'll forget otherwise.
Yeah, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
You'll be like,
I mean, that wasn't even a dig. That's just like the reality.
That's how things go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I only touched this computer for the show because now I got a laptop to do my video editing on.
You do your video editing on a laptop?
Yeah, because I got an
HP
gaming. I got a gaming laptop with a 4 gig dedicated graphics card. So
my laptop edits way faster than my desktop.
Mine doesn't.
Just because of the newer generation processor.
I mean, I have a newer generation processor on my laptop, but
none of the other hardware you need.
Yeah, I mean, I've got a GTX 1080 in this, and I only have 16 gigs of RAM on this computer, which is what I have on the laptop. But the laptop has Intel graphics.
Yeah,
And
that's why.
It's a newer generation Core i5 compared to this i7, but yeah. I don't trust laptops for the most part because of the power throttling, unless it's like a desktop replacement. Bye, John.
Yeah.
See ya.
John, you can go to bed too. I mean, you're not obligated to hang out.
Oh no, I'm fine. I'm just.
Okay, you just look so tired.
Well, no, it's just I had to fast last night for the doctor's appointment this morning, and I just came off.
You need some ketamine.
And again, it wasn't a hard 5. It was just a couple of long days, and I'm fine. I'm fine for a few more days.
Okay.
Okay, CZ just made my favorite joke ever. Subway at 2 a.m. There goes my money.
Oh, clever.
Yeah. It's a play on Renegade. The video game.
That's what it is.
I think that's what it is.
Yeah, because I know you didn't mean the TV show from the 90s, because that was terrible.
What was it? It was Renegade. I think it was Renegade.
Yeah, it had Neil Diamond Phillips, I think.
What?
Oh, Lou Diamond Phillips. You were confusing a couple of people.
Oh, okay.
So there's new characters.
Yeah, you're right. It was. Yeah, Lou Diamond Phillips.
Don, you sure you don't want to rethink that whole go to bed thing?
I'm fine. I'm fine.
Here's the.
This is good post show content.
Yeah, it is.
I can't argue that.
But that's the game, the cover of the game. 2 a.m. is no time to be alone in the subway, and you're about to find out why.
Yeah, this desktop is pretty old. I built it
Oh, well, there's your problem.
6 years ago.
Yeah, mine's about 5.
That's about how old mine is too. Eventually, I will have to do something about it, but it still does everything I need.
Well, I'm sure Brian knows
Yeah,
it. Exactly.
same.
It does everything I need, and Brian knows this problem. When you build a really good computer and the amount of money you spend on it, you know, you don't want to replace it after like 2 or 3 years.
So what I did with my computer, this is just the most recent iteration of the Dell XPS tower that I bought in 2009. I just happened to keep replacing parts until it doesn't remotely resemble the Dell. It's like it's a new case and everything, but I still call it the Dell. But like once I replaced the motherboard,
No longer be the Dell?
it was no longer the same computer. But honestly, the next computer I get, I mean, I don't build computers anymore. This one I built, I guess, quote unquote. I mean, I bought the case and I took.
You Frankensteined it.
Yeah, I mean, the memory is the same memory. No, it's not. There's nothing in here that I bought in 2009. I guess I built a new computer. I built a new computer in 2015, 14, and maybe the DVD-ROM got carried over.
Are you still an optical drive?
I have a Blu-ray burner in here, and I've literally never burned a Blu-ray.
Same here.
Yeah.
I would like to have a Blu-ray burner as an option for long-term storage.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm never going to actually go through with doing that.
But yeah, my next computer, I'm just going to buy another Dell. I'm going to buy another XPS tower. And
hang on to it for 10 years until you completely build it into another computer.
Probably. But I can get like a halfway decent Core i7 Dell for. What I'll probably end up doing is I can get a decent XPS tower for $1,300. That'll come with like a lower graphics card. I'll just swap graphics cards and call it a day.
Yeah, there you go.
And I'll probably pull out all the SSDs that I have in this and move it into the other computer. Just
an SSD is a terrible thing to waste.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They're so cheap now too.
They're incredibly cheap.
Yeah.
Like that's why I put a 1 terabyte in the gaming laptop, and it was
my laptop has a 1 terabyte SSD.
Yeah, $150 for the drive.
Oh, that's good.
I think mine's a Samsung, and I think it was $200. But yeah, they're so cheap now. I should use that laptop more.
I keep seeing like relatively cheap Seagate hard drives all over the place, but I'm still in the like 2010 mindset where like getting a Seagate drive is basically setting your data on fire. I don't know if that's still the case anymore. Like, are consumer level Seagate drives still pretty much garbage?
No, they're fine. I think they're fine. The ones
I've had several crash, and
the Hitachi is the killer drive. That's the one that always dies.
So, I mean, obviously things like this are biased by how many you own and stuff like that. So for me, the ones that have died the most have been Western Digital, because what do they have the most of? Western Digital. Yeah, so.
Meanwhile, though, I've got, I think, like 3 Toshiba external hard drives at this point and have not had any kind of problem with any of them over the course of 5-6 years.
All right, well, I'm out, gentlemen.
All right,
good night, Matt.
Sleep well, Matt. This one's been going for like probably 6 or 7 years at this point. It's Seagate, so I have one that has lasted, but I also don't. I don't see them very often, so it makes me wonder if people kind of avoid them more and more.
So one thing
I always buy Seagates, and I've never had a problem.
You're talking about like physical actual hard disks.
Yeah.
How in the hell have you lived and owned a computer and not had a hard drive fail? That seems impossible.
I probably replace them quicker than the hard drive can fail. I don't know. I don't know.
Usually if a hard drive fails, it fails relatively quickly, like within the first year.
Yep, mine did.
Yeah, because it's a manufacturing fault more than anything else.
I never had a problem with, believe it or not. And
I've probably in the course of 20 years, had 10 hard drive failures, like total. Hard drive went in the trash.
You may use them more than I do too, so
maybe. So I bought several of these. It's just little plastic archival containers for my hard drives, and I have a dock over here. So if I have something archived, so for example, I know this is podcast backup. So it's 1.5 terabytes of podcast videos and stuff that I've archived off. If I need to pull something off, I just go and I'll pull it and drop it in the dock and download it. But yeah, so I have like I should have got a bigger NAS, but I have like a 6 terabyte NAS back there in the closet that I have a lot of stuff backed up to. And I'm using, I'm using is it one, why can't I think, Brian, your brain's not working. It's RAID 1, I think, which is mirroring. So so I'm mirroring it. So if one of the drives fail, I should be able to just pop in a matching drive and it'll copy over.
I have a backup drive hooked up to a backup drive, like a network backup drive that basically it's doing the same thing.
Yeah. We just had to replace our NOS because the lightning hit we had a couple months ago finally took out one of the controllers for one of the hard drives. So it's just a matter of time before all 4 of them go. So we're switching it now before we lose everything.
Is it a Synology box or what is it?
QNAP.
Okay.
Yeah, we had a Synology at first. She replaced that. I don't know. Actually, I don't know why she replaced that because she replaced that back when we weren't together.
I love that she's the one that made the decision.
Oh, she is the NAS queen. she runs that thing fantastic.
Kim literally doesn't care. Not that Kim's not technical. Kim is probably more technical than I am. But like when it comes to like work stuff, but like when it comes to home stuff, she doesn't want to think about it.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. But yeah, so I'll probably end up buying a Dell. I'm going to cash out some stock here soon from the old job. So I can pay off a few things and...
The old job.
Yeah, and get a new computer because I need one.
Yeah, you're due. You have what, a 4th gen?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. Well, I mean, before that, it was a 1st gen i7.
Wow.
That I used for years.
I'm running an AMD Bulldozer processor, which is like the hottest thing.
It's a Ryzen, right?
That was
way
Bulldozer
before Ryzen.
I thought it was before.
Is it okay? I thought Bulldozer was the code name and Ryzen was the brand name.
Bulldozer was the first 8-core processor.
Octa-core.
I think they were still the FX then.
I think it was after FX. I'm not sure.
Yeah, Bulldozer, Power Driver. No, FX. They were FX chips.
Oh, okay. So that's what I'm still running.
Okay, my next computer will probably still be an Intel i7, but
I'm probably going AMD.
It could be a Ryzen.
Okay, I think I'm going to turn it in, guys, because I can't get through any of the conversations I'm going to get on that.
You done?
You guys take care.
Oh, I would go Intel. Intel's much better.
No,
get an i9.
No, I'm not going to spend money on an i9. Right now, it's almost like it was back in the old Athlon days, the XP days, where AMD is actually doing better than Intel. I mean, the highest of the high end of Intel is still better, but the cost and performance actually is probably closer to where it was with the Athlon 64. The cost and performance of AMD parts are generally better than Intel.
Yeah, and like Intel for gaming, yes. Intel for like what I do, which is stream and record at the same time. That's AMD.
Gaming, I'd still use an AMD.
Oh, I would not use one. I just think that I guess more what you were saying, like higher end Intel.
If you're using like a Core i9 Extreme or whatever that ridiculously expensive chip is, sure,
right.
But like just for like gaming, just like in Ryzen 2700 or whatever the number is, it's going to be, because almost all games the bottleneck is the graphics card, not the processor.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Like I run games in 4K just fine with my 4th gen Intel processors. So, yeah.
Yeah, but like, especially streaming and recording at the same time, the more cores, the better, and you usually get more cores for a better price with AMD. So,
well, yeah, I mean, so, but I offload most of that to my graphics card too. So,
yep.
So I can get 3 streams off, I think, off my graphics card. So, but I would still want to minimize what I'm doing with the processor.
How'd you offload it to the graphics card?
There's 2 different ways to ways to compress the video in XSplit, either through an Intel routine or the NVIDIA encoder. NVENC, yeah, and you can select either one, and I think you can get 3. I think with my 1080, I can run 3 streams off the NVIDIA NVENC, and I think it's unlimited on the Intel. It's just, you have to worry about the overhead of your processor, which...
Oh, yeah, you'll spit it up real fast.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely use NVENC for the video recording, and it looks...
Yeah, I go with the video recording instead of the stream because for whatever reason I was getting some inconsistent... This was 2 years ago, but I was getting inconsistencies on what I was sending YouTube. YouTube didn't like the NVENC encode. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, welcome to Computer Talk.
Yeah. I'm so behind. Again, talking about things I used to love, like computer hardware used to be a passion, a major passion of mine, but that was 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Or baseball cards, which was 25 years ago, or Transformers, which was 5 years ago.
Way too long ago.
No, I'm kidding. Transformers is still a passion.
Well, hey,
comics.
But, when you start doing the baseball card podcast, you can get right back into that.
I want to do one, but it would have to be from the perspective of a lapsed fan, and I would have to heavily lean on friends who are still into baseball and baseball cards.
Is anyone still into baseball cards?
Walmart and Target sell quite a bit of them. There's more shelf space dedicated to baseball cards than there are Transformers, I'll say.
Yeah.
More or less. That may not exactly be true.
Well, and I almost said it during that section of the show, but I'm wondering if, because we were talking about Cyberverse not being on Hasbro Pulse, I'm starting to wonder if my Walmart has decided to give up on Cyberverse because they have not had anything, and there's no space for them either.
My Walmart has blended Cyberverse and Bumblebee stuff onto the same pegs.
Yeah, ours is out of Bumblebee stuff. It's Studio Series or Siege. That's it.
You know what was pretty shocked
Walmart
about?
Cleared out the Bumblebee stuff entirely. It was just Cyberverse for the non-generations level.
Huh.
If my Target still has like there's the Bumblebee sound waves in that box and the 3-piece that with the 2 cassettes or whatever, and they're still regular price.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, no, I saw the Soundwave at a Target just recently, and yeah, it's still what, 50?
Yeah. Yeah,
I was kind of disappointed, but at the same time, if it had been like half price, I probably would have thought about getting one, and I don't really need to be doing that.
So should we end the stream now?
Yeah, let's do it. People watching live, we'll be back next week. I won't be, but they will.
Bye, everybody.
Might be.
See you next week.
We'll see you. We love you. Mostly.